So, just a little Tibbs welding progress update. So, just practicing, again, I am not a professional welder, so I come out and practice all the time. Yeah, you can see where I didn't have any gas on there. So you can see where, practice, and then that's going downhill, that's going just normal, that's going uphill. That uphill looks like crap, so I'm going to just go downhill whenever I do stuff. But hey, progress, you just got to keep practicing and you got to keep making yourself better. So we're going to keep at it. Yeah. So, I am not a professional welder, obviously. But I have a cage to be built and it's all tacked in. I got it all tacked in just fine. All tacks are just fine. But it's running long stringers, so I've been practicing because that's, once you learn how to weld, once you learn how to do anything, practice it, and then practice it some more. Eat, live, drink, sleep, you name it, practice. That's what it takes to get good at stuff. Because if you look here, these are, well, they look like crap, I mean, they penetrate, they go in. I'd lift this whole car up from these two front struts. But these are the only two, this one and the other one, are the only two that I've welded in so far. And there's a reason for that. Well, they suck. So those will probably be ground down and redone. And the cage has got to get certified, and I don't want a bunch of trouble going into the certification. Obviously, I don't want a bunch of trouble with my life trusting it to this car. And trusting it to the car that I built. So, I got to go back to what my dad taught me, and probably a whole bunch of YouTube, and we'll go from there. Hey, looking at you all out there. Yeah, you. Have you liked, commented, and subscribed yet? It only takes a quick second, and all you gotta do is do a little clicky, and that's it. I would be greatly appreciative. I'm gonna keep the content coming, and I'm all ears to what you guys want to see in the future. So again, just hit that subscribe button, like and comment. I would be greatly appreciative and deeply happy. Thank you so much for joining my little part of the world. So as you can see, I'm going through all this, getting this wired in. As you can see, it's someone's been into this before. Because I can't imagine, I don't insert any car company, because I see 3 yellow wires going into there with some, what doesn't look like factory tape. I mean, I don't know, could be. I mean, like I says, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, I don't care. I don't foresee anyone doing anything like that. Because that tape doesn't match anything else that's been anywhere else on the car. How interesting. Let's open this up together here. We're gonna... That's black duct tape. I'm gonna get a... Tibbs cuts his hand off in 3, 2, 1. I already filleted my finger so far. That was a while ago. Oh yeah, that's crispy. That is some crispy tape. Yeah, it is literally... Can y'all hear that crunching? It is literally dusting in my fingers. Look at that. See that? See that? Like literally dusting. So it's old. Duct tape gets like that though. It gets like that pretty quickly. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's, old as the car. Car's a 2000. Yeah. Yeah, look at how... Ew. So, what I'm doing here is, we got handy dandy wire stripper. And we're going here, and see, we already got our one end on. Again, we're doing all Deutsch connectors. So we got pin number 1 on, but I'm just going through and stripping all the wires here so I can do it all in one fell swoop instead of doing it 50 million times. Or swapping back and forth. Got my handy dandy little, these really are a godsend. They're automatic wire strippers. You just, this one isn't the greatest tool, you know. I got it from a local box store and yeah, probably should have paid a little extra money for it, right? But see, that's what it does. And that's probably my fault. I probably did something to make it do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm misadjusting it. You can adjust a little thing, but sometimes it does that. Most of the time it doesn't. So I just try to be as careful as possible when I'm doing this. Let's see. We got all those up. Here we go. Now with these bigger ones, my kit, I don't know that it has a big enough for these pins. I don't know that those pins are big enough to hold. This is thicker wire. It's like 12 gauge, maybe even 10. But all this other stuff is 14 and up, which my kit that I bought, works fine with. So, as per usual, probably have to make parts orders and all that. And here, I'm kind of a stickler for, I want the wires all one length. So we are just going to, there we go. And we're just going to keep strippy all the way along. See? It did it again there. Do you see that? I know I just said, oh, you're a stickler for wires all the same size. Yes, I am. I know. We're going to do this in a manual process here. Probably need just a little bit more than that. There is no way, and it's just crimped. That's not even solder. Factory? I don't know. I can't imagine. Like I says, I've not seen any. You're doing this build with me. We're all in this together. So let's keep this in the back of our heads because that doesn't look factory to me. I've never seen messed up black duct tape on a factory car. That doesn't make any sense to me. But then again, what do I know? Here, so what we're going to do is deutsch connector. Let's put a pin on here, show you all how it's done. We'll go through a few, you and I together. So you put the little pin on there. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. Because then I just stick the little thing in there and squeeze. Boop. You are deutsch connected. Two. Yeah, we only had 8,064,000 more to go. So. Let's see. Yeah. So this is the tool I got. I'm not really sure why it has such a long thing. I'm sure there is probably a purpose for this. And it probably has something to do. There's nothing really else in. What is this thing? Here. I have a feeling this little thing's supposed to go in there. So when you put the pin in, see, we're learning together. Let's see here. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks like a little pin can go in there. So we just do this thing. La 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 la. Oh, sorry. So we'll just do this. Screw, screw, screw. The deutsch connector tool of ultimate doom. Okay, see? You see it all in there? So let's grab a connector. And then we can adjust it. Oh, that's darn near perfect. We just got to get it down a little bit more. And then here, let's do this. And by this, I mean that. Sorry, we just had to tighten that little thing up there real quick. Oop, oop. There. And then we should, in theory, be able, to just squeeze. We are Deutsch connected. Yeah, we'll figure this out sooner or later, right? Here we go. Oh. Yeah, well, that's not exactly the right length. So, we just take another one. Some of these got a little frayed, so we have to twist them back down. Exactly not using my tool like I'm supposed to be. Boom! Deutsch connected. Alrighty, so I'm going to go through all these so you don't have to. See, that's the greatest part, is you don't have to do all this work. You can just come right along for the ride. We're going to get this all straightened out, and we'll be right back. You can see, alrighty, as you can see, we got the pinouts on this side all done. So now we're going to go to our, here, let's go to here. And this is just this one side. We still got a whole other side to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this. Those are the female connectors. We're going to close that and take out the male connectors, or else I will absolutely crimp both sides with female connectors, and then we just wasted a bunch of female connectors. So we're going to take these. Okay, so we're going to start with our 12 pins. See, it goes in just like that. See, just like this. See, this is a great thing about Deutsch connectors. See, this is a great thing about Deutsch connectors. They're weather sealed. They're weather packed. So once they're in, man, they're in. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, and once again, I've never done this, so we get to do it together. All right, so now we have one plug end. This is, it's now the female plug end. I don't know if there's supposed to be a difference, but now that's the female plug end. Yeah, whatever. We can remove them because you get this handy dandy tool to remove the pins if you ever need to reuse it. That's, again, another great thing about Deutsch connectors. You can reuse all this. If we ever go to rewire the whole car and get rid of this factory harness, then we can reuse these connectors. Obviously, you can't reuse the pins. You just repin them. But, yeah. So what you do is you just take, see, we got our little wire loom here, commonly referred to as the mess of eternity. Ho, 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 ho. So we got these four. Oh, my Jesus. What is going on here? You take your pin. You just stick it right in there. You bend the wire. Try not to bend the wire. You don't want to put bends in your wires and make it weak in that one spot. Then you have electrical issues. Nobody likes electrical issues. And there you go. Clicked in. I don't know if can you guys see in there. And it clicks in. And like I says, you get a fancy little tool that you can take out and reuse them. So we're just going to go through all this, and then we'll go do the next part. Again, what we do is we stick it in there. So that's not the real click. You want this click. There, hear that? See? Now it's not coming out. One more time for everyone in back. So we go through here. Stick, stick, stick. Click. There you go. And voila. So we got our 2 in. I need to get more. I need to get 12 gauge. Yeah, these are like 10, 12 gauge wire. So I need to get the appropriate pins for these, because these pins, here, we will show you. See those little pins? These aren't good for these bigger wires. Well, I forgot to strip that one. See? That don't look right. I mean, we could do something insanely stupid, like, you know, this, and then nothing works, and then I yell at myself for doing something stupid because nothing works, and yep. So we're probably gonna have to get a couple more of these too. Now here's the best trick, and this is really the best trick of all, is I have to make sure the other end of this on that side of the car matches the pinouts on this. So it only goes one way. Yeah, I just have to make sure that the pinouts here match the other side, which should be funny. But at least it only goes on one way. So we just have to, you know, we'll go row by row and we'll make sure that it's good. You know, probably could have simplified that. Probably could have simplified that by, you know, doing 1 for 1 on each side. But, you know, that's not really me. So